Morning, boys and girls, and welcome to your history lesson of the day. Now, this lesson is for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of September. So we're going to look at the Parliament, Houses of Parliament, and the branches of the Parliament, and then you are going to draw 2 diagrams in your book, which I will explain to you. Okay, chickaroos, chick chick. So let us go and look at sharing screen, our history textbook page. This is the bottom half of page 148. Okay. After that exercise you did with the 4 case studies. Okay, now I want you to look at, first of all, the heading, the role of Parliament. This is not a hot dog roll, R-O-L-L, okay? It's R-O-L-E, the role of Parliament, and that's just another word for job or responsibility, okay? For example, what is your role at home when it comes to chores? All right, so my role is, it's you, for example, maybe you are the one who does the weeding or the dusting or the vacuuming or the walking the dog or feeding of the hamster or the goldfish, whatever other weird and wonderful pets you may have. Okay, and then our new word, Parliament. Guys, we are going to spell this word perfectly. All right, look at it. P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T. Right, so the biggest thing to look at there is the A after P-A-R-L-I. Okay, because you wouldn't expect there to be an A there, but there is. So if you look at it, it looks like Parliament. 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 Okay, so we're going to spell it, okay, in threes. Ready to clap. P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T. Again. P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T. Again. P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T. Okay. Right, and it says these are the branches of the government responsible for making the laws of the country. Right. Remember, the laws of the country were the Constitution. Right, so now who is responsible for making the laws? Parliament. Parliament. Okay, Parliament. Parliament is the part of the government that makes the country's laws. It forms one of the 3 branches of the government as explained in table 2 below. So how many branches are in the government? 3. Okay. Now these 3 words are going to seem a little, well, they can maybe be new to you or you associate them with something else. However, they're very easy meanings. Okay, so the 3 branches. Have a look here. All right. First branch, legislature. Say it for me 3 times. Legislature, legislature, legislature. Second branch, executive. 3 times. Executive, executive, executive. And the last one is judiciary. Say it for me. Judiciary, judiciary, judiciary. Oh, that can be a bit of a tongue twister. Hey, judiciary. Okay. Now, who makes up the 3 branches? Legislature, executive, judiciary. Right? When I try to remember, I always have funny ways to remember things myself, but I remember then I go, there's an L, E, J. So what are the 3 branches start with? Ledge. Hello, ledge. Hello, you little legend sitting in Parliament. Ledge. Right, so I just have associations in my head. So that's how I remember L-E-J. Okay, who's in the legislature? The Parliament. Who makes up the executive? Okay, let's do it one at a time. Right, now, legislature. Look at that. Oh, I'm thinking of the word legal. Right, legislature, legal is to do with laws. Who makes up the branch? Parliament. What is the function or the job or the role of the branch? They make laws to help run the country better and more fairly. Okay, so if you think legislature, you think legal. Who makes up the legal legislature branch of the government? Parliament. What is their job? To make the laws. Okay. Then executive, when you think of the word executive, do you not think of a man in a suit with a briefcase? There he's at the boardroom table, he's standing, his staff are sitting at each side of the table, and he is the CEO, right? Executive, chief executive officer. Okay, so I think of that for executive is like the boss and the boardroom with the people in charge. So think of executive, and then who makes up the branch of the executive in our country? The president. So he's like the CEO, right? President, deputy president or president, and the cabinet. Now, this is not the liquor cabinet. This is not the TV cabinet. This cabinet means a group of people who make up the heads of various government departments such as education, health, and finance. And what do we call these people? Some of them are premiers, some of them are members of parliament, MOP, but the heads are called ministers, cabinet ministers. So they are not cabinet ministers as in it's the priest or the dude from church sitting in his lounge with his cupboard. That's not that kind of cabinet minister. Cabinet, group of heads of government. Minister means the, look there, the head of. Okay, so you have the Minister of Education, Minister of Defense, Minister of Finance, Minister of Education, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's the executive. And what is their function or job or role? They're responsible for running the country and making decisions using the laws. So legislature is the parliament and they make the laws. Executive is the top dogs, president, deputy, and ministers and cabinet. And their job is to run the country and make decisions using the laws that the parliament made. All right? And then our third branch is judiciary. Okay? These are, now look, you see there, judiciary. First of all, I see Judy. Judge Judy. Okay? I see judge. Okay? Judge Judy. So for me, judiciary, it must be something to do with courts and judges. Okay? So look here. Ooh, who makes up the judiciary? The courts of the justice system. So try and remember it like I do. Judiciary, judge, Judy, in the court. Oh, who makes up the judiciary? The courts of the justice system. And what is their job? As you've seen on many TV shows and in movies with lawyers and law and courts, they make sure the country's laws are obeyed. All right. So in our country, do we have a judge and a jury? Or is that just in America? America has a jury of 12 peers or people that sit on a panel and decide whether the person is guilty or innocent. But in South Africa, we have the judge only. So the judge will decide guilty or innocent. And then the judge will hand down a sentence or a punishment, okay? Or will acquit that person, say they are not guilty, and then release them. Okay, right, so those are the three branches. What I want you to do is to actually, in your book, is that I'm going to get this book from a child from a while back. Okay, moving around here. All right, now I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And yeah, I want to show you this book. Okay, it's not too clear, but can you see that this child drew a tree? Okay, so I want you to have a heading and a date, and your heading is Parliament, and your subheading is the branches of government. Okay, then you're going to have your three, you can't really see it, so like your three branches there, okay, which are number one, remember legislature, number two, the E, executive, number three, the J, judiciary. Okay, so you've got the, it's a bit weird, I'm just thinking how weird it is that I'm looking at that and it's backwards and sort of really confusing. But anyways, you have the legislature there, the executive, and the judiciary. I want you to draw that tree. And then I want you to say, turn over here. I want you to write down what the three branches do. Okay, and who they are made up of. So the legislature is the parliament and they make the laws. Then you've got your executive, which is the president. I don't know why I said the president. The only comes before a vowel. The president, deputy, and cabinet ministers. What do? They make decisions and run the country using the laws that were made. And then the judiciary, judge and the courts, and who makes this judge and the courts, and what is their job? To make sure that the laws are being obeyed and to follow up if they are not. Okay, so you're drawing a tree and you're drawing a table, and that is from page 148 of your textbook. All right, now we're going to go back to our textbook. Ugh, the scrolling, me and the scrolling, hey? Always got to be the Speedy Gonzales. Hockey docky, we are going in reverse and all. Where are we and all? Hockey docky, we have found our page. There it is, page 149. Okay, now we have said that the government is made up of three branches, all right? And now the first branch, Parliament, which is the legislature, has two houses. Now we're not saying that there are two little houses on the prairie, on the hilltop, okay? But these houses of Parliament are two branches, okay? Now have a look at the two houses of Parliament. All right. Number one is the National Assembly. Now, what do we always know that national means? It means the country, okay, because international is between countries or worldwide, but national is our country. So we have the National Country Assembly. When we have assembly, what are we doing? We are meeting and gathering. So National Assembly is the country meeting. Okay, who makes up this National Assembly? The 350 to 400 members of Parliament. They are elected by the people of the country. When? During the elections, every 5 years. Political parties with more votes have more members of Parliament. So if we go according to the 1994 one, then the most of the members of the National Assembly were ANC, and then it goes down, down, down up until the 2%. There's a couple of people here and there from the smaller political parties. And then what does the National Assembly do? They make the laws. Okay, we already said that Parliament makes up the laws of the country. All right. So that's the National Assembly. The other House of Parliament, you see I said the other was before a vowel. So the, and if it's a vowel afterwards, it's the. The other House of Parliament is the, I'm looking for something to point to. I have to use my cursor, sorry, yeah. The Nkop. Everybody say this 3 times. Nkop, 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 till it is in your cop. Okay, what does Nkop stand for? National Council of Provinces. Say it with me 3 times. National Council of Provinces. National Council of Provinces. National Council of Provinces. For short, acronym is Nkop, Nkop, Nkop. Okay, so what are the 2 houses of Parliament? National Assembly and Nkop. Okay, who makes up the Nkop? 90 members, which is 10 members per province. Do you know your maths? We have 9 provinces in South Africa. 10 members per province. 10 times 9 is 90. Okay, Mr. Monster has taught you well. 90 members, 10 per province. Who appoints them? When we, in the elections, remember I told you there's 2 ballot papers and one is for your what's it called? District. Anyway, for Ekurhuleni, for example. But for our province is Gauteng. And so our election votes all get counted together and they decide who makes up these 10 members per province times 90 provinces is 90 people. And what is their job, role, or function? They ensure that provinces are represented when laws are made for the whole country. Can you imagine if only like the president made all the laws and he said, okay, it is illegal to chew chewing gum on a Sunday. Now, don't laugh because there are so many weird laws all over the country. So here's one of your things that you're going to do for fun. Google weird laws in different countries. And I want you to write 2 or 3 of them in your history book. Okay, so you're going to see really funny stuff. Like, for example, let's just make one up, but there are similar ones to this. Okay, so perhaps in France, you're not allowed to go skydiving on a Sunday, and you're not allowed to be naked in public. Okay, hopefully that's everywhere. And you're not, but there's weird things all over. Like it is illegal to take your duck for a walk on a Wednesday in Brazil, things like that. Okay, so I want you to find me 3 really weird laws and I'll look some up to share with you. Okay, just Google. So funny, you're going to kill yourself laughing. All right, so what do I want you to do? I want you to draw the Houses of Parliament and write down what you see there. And here's just a photograph. You've seen this on TV, hey? Well, they look very settled and calm there. What is this thing that I cannot get rid of? Okay, let me stop sharing the screen and let me go back to share the screen. Hopefully it doesn't pop up. Okay. Yeah, they look very sedate and friendly and, oh, okay. Parliament, there's the Speaker of the House, okay, and the other members, but we've seen on TV sometimes they jump over, and want to fight with each other. Then the saps come in. and take them out very nicely, okay? Discussing important matters, okay? So what is the role of Parliament in the country? Question 1, they make the laws of the country. Why can't the President and Cabinet members only have the responsibility of making the laws? Because it wouldn't be fair. So we need to represent all the people of all the provinces. So we have 10 members per province times 9 provinces, 90 members representing the country to make the laws. Okay, now I'm going to, where's my word? Okay, so in your book, I want you to have a heading, the 2 Houses of Parliament, and I want you to make a little house and a little house, different colors, highlights, whatever you want to do to make it easy to study, and I want you to draw that diagram from page 149. Okay, so that you are going to do today. The second half is doing it tomorrow, and all of you are carrying on with it the next day. This will be dated the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of September. All right, and so that is our lesson for today. Over and out. Stop recording. Everybody clear the set. Cut.